Hey guys, this is Mike from Guns and Hunting. This Saturday is the opener of the youth pheasant season here in Pennsylvania. So all junior hunters, 16 and under, they can go out and chase a bird. And then it runs till I believe the 15th, if I'm correct about the date. And then the weekend after that, the 22nd, is the statewide pheasant season. So I just wanted to come out here and show you some shotgun shells here and maybe help you pick, what you might want to use for bird hunting. First one here I have is 28 gauge, and this one is what they call one of the sub gauges. That they're not as popular as the 20 and the 12. The 28 and the 16, you can get it, but they're just not as popular as the 20 or the 12. Now this is Prairie Storm ammo made by Federal, 28 gauge, 2 3/4 inch, has 13/16 of an ounce in number 6 shot, and comes out the barrel at 1,300 feet per second, I believe, and that's pretty good. 28 gauge, that's a nice little gun. It's easy to carry, easy to shoot. Good gun for a first-time hunter. But the downside is it doesn't even have an ounce a shot, and that can make a difference in the field. You just have to be a little bit more precise. Nothing wrong with it though. Here is 20 gauge, 2 3/4 inch. This is standard 1 ounce payload of lead, number 5 shot, and this is made the Prairie Storm. And this comes out of the barrel at 1,350 feet per second. Now that's pretty good because normal 20 gauge load is only around 1,250, 1,285 feet per second, somewhere in there. Now this is my personal favorite, 16 gauge. I'm an old school guy, and this is made by Federal. It's their premium upland load. Has the little Pheasants Forever logo on the box. This is an ounce at an eighth, number 5 shot, and this comes out of the barrel at 1,425 feet per second. Now you're starting to get at some velocity there, because a normal 16 gauge load is 1,220, 1,280 feet per second. When this comes out of the barrel in this 16 gauge, as long as I do my part, I can almost guarantee I'm going to put a bird down with this. You're starting to get some good velocity here. Now you have your 12. Same thing. This is made by Federal Premium. This is their upland load, Pheasants Forever. Nothing special about it except Pheasants Forever. For every box you buy that, they donate excuse me, a percentage to Pheasants Forever for conservation. Now this is an ounce and a quarter, number 5 shot, 2 3/4 inch shell, and this leaves the barrel at 1,500 feet per second. And let me tell you, that's hauling the mail. You hit a pheasant with that, and it's going to go down. And a normal 12 gauge load is only around 1,300 odd some feet per second. But this stuff's pretty good. That extra, 200, 150 feet per second, that can mean a difference sometimes between a hit and a miss or a kill and a cripple. Now this is just another 12 gauge, nothing special. This is made by Browning. This is their Browning extended distance. This leaves the barrel at 1,485 feet per second. This is number 5 shot, but this one carries an ounce and 3/8 of number 5 shot. This one only carries an ounce and a quarter. And let me tell you what, you hit a bird with an ounce and 3/8 and number 5, it's going down. Last year I went to South Dakota, and I tried Prairie Storm ammo, and I tried the Federal Premium and the Browning, and killed birds with all of them. They worked. They all killed a bird, but the one I was impressed by the most was this Browning ammo. And like I said, 1,485 feet per second, an ounce and 3/8 and number 5. That's a lot of BBs in there, and that's hauling the mail pretty good. and I was impressed. I made some pretty long shots with this stuff, and I was very surprised that I killed the birds I did. Now, I'm not, you know, trying to, you know, talk up Federal or Browning, you know, or whatever. You know, Remington, Winchester, nothing wrong with them. I'm just showing you what I use. I mean, my theory is buy the best you can afford. And I was going out, you know, South Dakota last year hunting for a week. I wanted to buy the best ammo I could afford. And it's not horribly expensive. You know, this Browning and the Federal stuff, it's, you know, $28, $30 a box. It's not horrible, you know. The sub gauges, you know, you get a 28 gauge, that's unfortunately a little bit more money, but it is what it is. I just wanted to show you what works good in my guns. You know, I took my uncle's Browning A5 Belgian made gun, a light 12 model. My cousins gave it to me a couple years ago, and that had a full choke to it, this standard factory full choke. And like I said, I killed some birds out there that I was impressed how good that gun reached out. But I do know one thing, in my personal opinion, I like number 5 shot. Number 6 shot in 28 gauge, that's nothing wrong, or number 6 shot in 16 or 12 or 20 gauge, nothing wrong with it. But I like 5 for 2 reasons. One, when the smaller BBs exit the muzzle, the smaller they are, the more they deform. And if you shoot like number 4 shot, it's nothing wrong with it. There's plenty of people like it. It does put a bird down pretty good. But if you're a little bit too close, it can also really tear some meat up. You know, you're picking BBs out that, you know, that you shouldn't be. You know, they're doing a lot of damage to the meat. That's why I like number 5. It's heavy enough that it can give me some downrange energy, but it's not too heavy that if you would get a bird in closer, it's not gonna, you know, really tear it to pieces. But that's just my theory. I like number 5. Everybody has their own. I'm not saying, you know, good, bad, or ugly about anybody else. I'm just showing you what I like and what works good in my guns. You know, nothing wrong with the Federal and the Remington, you know, standard Federal and the Remington and the Winchester or whatever. Nothing wrong with it. But when you get into premium ammo like this, they copper plate the shot. And what that means is the BBs are copper plated, which makes the BB harder. Which means when it leaves the muzzle, it doesn't deform like unplated shot. It doesn't deform as much, excuse me. It still will deform, but not as much, which means truer pattern at longer distance. Now, there's a company called Fiocchi. They make shotgun ammunition. It's good stuff. I just don't have any with me right now. They make a pheasant load. It's called their Golden Pheasant. And their shot is nickel plated. And nickel plating is even harder than copper plating. And that stuff patterns really well. I should try to look for some of that because all my guns really like that. But that's here and there. Like I said, it's just a little difficult to find. That nickel plated shot is good stuff. But like I said, there's, you know, before they had all this copper plated, nickel plated shot, the guys back in the day just used standard lead shot and they killed pheasants. You know, nothing, you know, killed them just as good as we did. But, you know, as time goes on, everything gets better, you know, better and improved. So I just want to let you know here what some of your choices are, and, you know, just give you my insight on it. And this is Mike from Guns and Hunting, and shoot safe and shoot a lot.